Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's episode is going to be discussing costs. What are costs? Are they different from expenses and the prices? We'll talk about different types of costs. So hang around for all the detail. It will be a very interesting lecture. Let's go. All right, well, let's get started with the basic definition of cost. What is cost? The simplest definition of a cost is an amount of cash or cash equivalent that you typically would give up or sacrifice for a good or service that you're obtaining, whether it's for your personal use or for a business use. Let's understand a couple of examples. First thing, let's talk about goods, things that you usually buy to utilize for personal or business need. Say you were buying a ream of paper. Say it's $5. You would give up $5 in cash or something of equivalent that is worth $5 in exchange for these goods, a ream of paper. That would be the cost of the ream of paper, $5. In the same way, if you were to purchase a service, say you're purchasing a haircut service for personal needs, and let's say that costs $25. You would give up $25 in cash or an equivalent of $25 in something else in exchange for that haircut service, making the cost of the service, the cost of the haircut, $25. Now you know the basic definition of a cost. Again, cash or cash equivalent given up for a good or service obtained for the use of personal or business purposes. All right, let's carry on to the next step. Let's talk about meaning of expenses and price. Oftentimes we will confuse the words cost versus an expense or a cost versus a price, and it has become a common thing to do. However, they mean entirely different things. First things first, let's understand expenses. Expenses are those same costs that I spoke about, whether it's the cost of the ream of paper or the cost of a service that you've purchased. Except they're the expired. What I mean by expired cost, it means things that you've purchased and you've already used up. If you've used up the ream of paper in the process of printing reports, generating revenue in the process, that cost has already been used up, it's expensed. Expense is nothing but an expired, used up cost. Same way, if you were to buy supplies for clinic purposes and you've used up those supplies, they no longer are assets, as you know those are currently now converted to expenses, nothing but an expired cost. With the same token, let's talk about a price. Oftentimes we confuse the words cost and price. Now, price is nothing but a revenue per unit. That's basically the revenue for the seller of the goods or services. However much they place it for sale, whether it's a good or service, they call that as a price. What we pay for it, we often call as a price, is actually a cost. That's how much it's costing us. So if you were to go to a store and you see an item is priced at $2 a pound, you are not paying a price, you are paying the cost of $2 per pound. Price is simply what the revenue per unit is for the seller of those items. Hopefully now you understand the difference between an expense and a price as opposed to the cost. Thank you. So for the next episode, let's go ahead and discuss 3 additional items. Item number 1 will be about accumulation of costs, what it is and how do we accumulate it. Next item of discussion will be assigning costs. We'll understand how to do that. And lastly, we'll understand a concept called cost object, what it is or who it is. Very critical in understanding of managerial accounting. Stay tuned and please don't forget to subscribe for more free material. Thank you.